Okay, welcome back for the second half of our show. Uh, we're going to give you an opportunity to see some great things that occurred last Thursday night. It's basically showing the events for all of the outstanding basketball players that played at Bancroft School. And we had a wonderful evening. My wife and I and Mark. We also had Rashid Mustafa, James Dixon, and Sharon Davis. We just had an outstanding evening. All of the young people who play ball at Bancroft, the young ladies as well, we just had an outstanding evening. We had Norman Oliver, who really coordinated everything for us that evening, and also Mr. Durante, who spoke on the achievements of Bancroft School as related to athletics and leadership and camaraderie in the community. Over 60 years that we have been together, and we want to personally thank the principal, Mr. Ingram, for letting us have that program at Bancroft School. So I want to commend him on all the support that he gave us, and also to Wendy Lapham, and also her co-worker that was with her. And more importantly, we want to thank the acting superintendent, Dr. Noreen LaSorsa, for coming out and supporting us that night. So at this time, we're going to show the tape.
Right. Mark, did you want to say anything?
Yes, and the event was tremendous, and we got so much support in our community from Mrs. Marlene Monk from the city of Wilmington. Mrs. Monk was outstanding. Mrs. Kate Fitzgerald from the city of Wilmington, she was beautiful. She was great. She's always great. And we had Norman Oliver, as you said earlier. He was tremendous. He did an excellent job. Norman Oliver was great. And Chuck Durante was also outstanding with his oratory comments about basketball players in the community, especially at Bancroft. And, we had the Palmer music group. They were outstanding. Those young people did a great job.
Yeah, Dr. Moody and their musician.
Yes, they were great. Teacher. They were great. And the community came out. It was just a beautiful event. And we had so much support from our community, and I'm so grateful. And our committee's so grateful that, we were able to get so much support and so much attendance at our event. The attendance was excellent. The food was excellent, and we just had a beautiful time. And we had a reunion. It was pretty much a reunion of sorts, and we honored all the best basketball players in Bancroft history. And it was good seeing people we haven't seen in some 20, 30 years. Some of the guys I haven't seen in a long time. Yes. So it was great. It was great, and I just am so proud of the way everything turned out. Mm-hmm. And as well as our committee members. Our committee members were very happy with it also.
Yes.
And we just are so proud of this project. And again, I can't thank the city of Wilmington, Park and Recreation enough for all their support. And Bobby Cummings, the police chief of the city of Wilmington, he was a big supporter of our event, as well as the Wilmington Police Department, city of Wilmington. And we just had a great time, and I just hope to do more projects with Bancroft School in the future, and as well as the East Side community at large.
And City Councilman Xanthia Oliver.
Yes, Xanthia was beautiful. She did an outstanding job.
Very supportive.
Yes, Xanthia, she was outstanding supporter of our event as well.
Yes.
So now you're going to show part of it to this evening, and then later we'll come back and have an opportunity to see the rest of the footage from the event. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Chuck Durante may be new to a number of you, but Chuck Durante followed high school basketball in the city of Wilmington for a long time, and he probably could tell you more about high school basketball, especially from the 60s, probably to about the 90s, I guess.
Hi, I'm Chuck Durante. I'm a lawyer, but also for the last 45 years I've been a sports writer. as my avocation and passion. One thing that is a constant in Wilmington, despite all of the challenges that the world imposes on our communities, and sometimes things that go wrong locally, one strength of our community is that we value our institutions and we honor our mentors. There are institutions in Wilmington. One of them is Bancroft Junior High that have, for, in this case, over 60 years, been a source of pride, a source of continuing strength and renewal for the city of Wilmington and for all who have come here. One part of Bancroft's strength has been the leadership of the men and women who've worked in these classrooms and who've watched our children grow. In some cases from ages 5 till they go off to college or the service. Another thing that is very special about Bancroft is the passion for basketball. Without these mentors, Bancroft basketball would not have been special, but with it has been generated a love for the game, a passion for the game, and a determination to do it right. Sometimes it's said that if you grow up in a row house in Wilmington, you've got to be twice as good as all the people out there. And for time after time, over the last 60 years, young men and women from Bancroft have been 3 times as good.
Bancroft Junior High School, we are proud of you, faithful with your students, and to you will always be true.
Good evening. My name is Maurice Pritchett. I'd like to welcome you to Bancroft School this evening to talk with you in reference to 100 top basketball players who played basketball at Bancroft School. It's an honor for me to be able to share with you how we help mentor many of the young men and young women to help them get ready for high school. And I'm very proud of the fact that many of those young people have done very well, whether in the state of Delaware or in Maryland, wherever they might be living at this time. So we thought it was an honor for us to have all these young men and young women to come here this evening to be honored.
Hello, my name is Mark Sills. I'm a committee member of Friends of Bancroft School, and we're here tonight for celebration of the Bancroft School 100 greatest basketball players in school history. We're also here to celebrate Bancroft School and its legendary history, and we're celebrating the East Side community as well in honor of Black History Month.
My name is Ronald Park, Sr., and I was a first student at Bancroft Middle School when they integrated the schools in 1956. And I was part of the basketball team, and which is the reason I'm here, I guess. And we're celebrating the players who played at Bancroft. And gosh, I have so many memories, but my memories here are fond, and I went on to Howard, of course, but here it was a great time. I played under Gator Lewis, who was a great coach because he taught me some life lessons, which were to me were more important than basketball. How to treat other people and how to be a person who was giving more than receiving.
My name is Major Harrison. I guess what I'm about this evening is it's great to be recognized when you can still smell the roses. And I guess this event goes back to when I was a principal at Drew Powell. Pritchett was the principal over here. And most of the guys that are being recognized this evening, they were either my students at Drew Powell, or I coached them in basketball, or I had some connection, especially with the guys that are being recognized tonight. If you look, if you go down that list, I had a connection with most of those guys through education, through playing basketball, baseball, basketball, or what have you, tutoring them and so forth. So it's a great evening.
My name is Bob King, and this is where my athletic career started at Bancroft Junior High School in the 7th grade. I decided what I wanted to do in life when I attended Bancroft, because I modeled myself after my gym teacher, Cliff Lewis. Cliff Lewis, I used to see him in the gym teaching the different kids the different activities, and he was having fun doing this, and most of all, he was getting paid for doing that. And I decided that day, that's what I want to do.
My name is John Holland. I taught physical education here at Bancroft for about 5 years. I left here and went to Newark High School. I coach boys basketball, boys track, girls basketball while here. I also coach swimming at Howard High School. I'm from Southbridge. I walked by this school many a day to go to Brown Technical High School for my high school experience.
My name is Norman Oliver. I went to Bancroft Middle School. I had an incredible experience here. I think one of my biggest experiences was the teachers who could paddle you. And when I went to college, I realized that most of these guys were in fraternities. So they had paddles, but you know what? I think that it was really humbling because they taught us how to be men. I guess women how to be women and have respect. I remember Mr. Norris. Mr. Norris always stands out to me because I was one of those kind of mischief students that he would make me put on a bow tie. And I would wear his bow tie anytime I got in trouble. But even when you got in trouble, you knew that even if they corrected you, even if they disciplined you, it was for the right reason. You know, it wasn't malicious or malice. So my experiences were very good. I mean, I played all the sports, like most of us. Maybe ones are good, but we all played the sports. So I love Bancroft. I love this event. I hope that everyone has a great time. I'm looking forward to the camaraderie and everybody saying hi to one another.
My name is James Dickerson. I went to Bancroft Middle School from 1970 to 73. I played basketball at Bancroft. My middle school years was the best years of my life. During my middle school years, I remember playing basketball with the brothers that I played basketball with, and we had an awesome team. It was a good rivalry. Our practices was more intense than our games. We played 3 schools, Burnett, Bayer, and Warner. Like I said, our practices was pretty intense, so when it came to the basketball games, it was just, it was like a rehearsal, But playing organized basketball was a real challenge, being in middle school and learning how to play organized basketball, because we always played sandlot, street ball, but then when you start playing organized ball, you have to, there's a coach and there's structure, and for the first time, I was introduced to structure, and it just became a way of life for me. So I think that that's the foundation that we introduce youth to, and that's what they hold on to as they become adults.
I want to say Assalamu alaikum. That means peace be unto you. My name, when I went to Sanford, was at Bancroft, was Lamont Chandler. However, I am a member of the Nation of Islam now, and my name is Lamont X. But I'd just like to share with you just a little bit of my experience being here at Bancroft Middle School. A big smile comes on my face as soon as I say that word. It was just marvelous. It was just really, as a young black child growing up in the city, it was a wonderful experience. This is one of the schools that I've been to that we had black male teachers in front of us. Men were men. In particular, I have to mention Maurice Pritchett. Maurice Pritchett was a great influence on the young black males in the school. And then there was Donald Heyman. He was my coach at Bancroft School, and he was just a very good man. T. Williams, but my experience as playing basketball here was really enlightening. We played to win. We were taught to play to win. We were aggressive. We didn't like to lose. Some of the guys that I played with here before they left, because they were older than me, was Eric Fuller, Rich Miles, Rashid Mustafa now, his name is, and these were some of the guys that I played with here when I was at Bancroft School. And I went on to leave here to get a scholarship at Sanford School. Wendell Howe was a great influence in our life. It was just the spirit here was really good. We really love one another. We really love one another. And so this is what we are trying to get back, since Mr. Pritchett and all of those elders taught us to love one another. We're on the street now with the Peacekeepers, and we're on the street now trying to give it back to the community. But I'll never forget Bancroft as long as I live. It was just a great experience, and I love the school.
Good evening. My name is Xanthia Oliver. I'm councilwoman for the 3rd District. And my fondest memories of Bancroft would be Mr. Maurice Pritchett. When I was here, Mr. Pritchett was here, and I just remember him being a very stern individual. You had to go to class, you had to follow through. We had art class, we had gym, we had outdoor activities. You had homework. You did your homework, you brought your homework back to school. And all the teachers communicated with the parents. We had to bring signed papers back from home. It was a big family here at Bancroft.
Hello, my name is Wayne Jefferson. Many of you would know me as Wayne Miller. That was my name, legal name, when I first came to Bancroft back in '74. I officially changed my name to Wayne Jefferson in honor of my stepfather who raised me when I was 18. And I learned a lot of things at Bancroft about life. We had tremendous role models, Mr. Pritchett, John Holland, Mr. Burke, Mr. Carmichael. All those guys were here when I was in school here at Bancroft. I was able to play, make the team. It was real tough back then. I played with guys, the likes of Tony Washam, Dwayne Smith, Walter Miller. I could go on and on about the guys that I played with, but my experience at Bancroft was great. If I could go back to the 7th grade and 8th grade, I would, because my experience at Bancroft was just tremendous.
Hello, my name is Tony Washam. Bancroft has been a very inspirational piece to my life. As I've gone through my life, reaching back and looking back on the days of Bancroft, the things that I have gotten from Bancroft has been truly amazing. Basketball has been a very small part in regarding Bancroft Middle School for me. It was the academics, and it was the people, the family structure that we had here. Mr. Gator Lewis, Mr. Maurice Pritchett, to say the least, a few other players, Mr. Heyman. These guys, man, were such great teachers and such great inspiration to be here. When I left home, it's like going to another home. But the academics, man, was very, very, very good here. I came back from Florida about 2 weeks ago because I want to try to help make a difference in the community down here on the east side.
My name is Craig DeShields. My experience at Bancroft was through Mr. Pritchett, Mr. Heyman, John Hollins. He was our coach. I played 6th through the 8th, Bancroft. My best year was the 8th grade year. And left here and went to Howard.
I'm Sharon Parson Doxey, and I was a ball player here. We were champions in my 8th grade year. I'm so thrilled that Mark and Mr. Pritchett has put this together for the best 100 former basketball players. It gives me great privilege to know that someone thought of us, and now we can give this honor to our grandchildren or our children to see what history is all about, because this is making history for Black History Month. But also, Mr. Pritchett was a great leader for us, a principal that just took care of us, no matter what, just like a father figure for a lot of children. He helped me a lot when it comes to my sports and as well as my academics. And till this day, I'm doing what he has done for other children. I have a children foundation just as well. So I'm supporting the community as well. And that's what Bancroft has given to me for my children today.
My name is Isaiah Reason. I played for Bancroft, I think it was 1970. Up till 1970. And yeah, me, Vince Holland, Pepper, Butch Proctor. And we was under Mr. Burke, Leroy Burke. And then I went to Howard after that. But yeah, then of course Mr. Pritchett was down here. But Mr. Pritchett, he taught me a lot of stuff from over the neighborhood house. Then I brought it over here. Well, you know what I mean, just say, you know what I mean? So I appreciate the plan. It got me a lot of experience, you know, how to play organized ball, you know. And we had good times. We had a pretty good record too. We used to play guys like Chucky Stiggers and them. They went to Bayer. Of course, Saddle and them played. We played with Saddle and them. So we've had a pretty good squad.
My name is Mark Sills. I'm a part of the Bancroft School Friends of Bancroft School Committee. And I had a great experience at Bancroft School when I was a student here back in the 70s. I'm from the east side of Wilmington. I grew up on East 6th Street. I'm proud to be from the east side. I'm proud to be from Bancroft School. I was so happy to be a part of Bancroft School growing up. I loved the teachers loved us. We had nurturing teachers, we had caring teachers, we had teachers who showed us interest and showed us attention. We had teachers that were our father figures, our mother figures, our big brother figures. We had all those kind of teachers growing up in Wilmington, and I had such great experiences meeting kids from Southbridge, Wilmington, from the west side, from the east side.
But I remember a particular teacher at Bancroft, his name was Doc Pritchett. He took us to Jamaica, studied Jamaica all year. At the end of the school year, we went to Jamaica for a week. It cost each student $88. We raised so much money that it cost each student $88 to go to Jamaica.
Hello, my name is Vince Kent, and I'm so honored and excited to be here this evening for this event. Thinking of going back, reminiscing about Bancroft, man, I still hold on to some of the teachings and the mentorship of some of the men that have been in my life that had a positive impact, major positive impact on my life even now. And when I see them, there's still this conversations, there's you know, we gotta give an update and checking in all the time. And Mr. Pritchett in particular, Bob King are some of the names that jump out to me right now. They're some of the major men that have been in my life and still mentor me now, even to this day. Love to see them all the time.
My name is Aaron Gosa, and my Bancroft experience, it was real. I was from one of the first undefeated Capital League teams, and when they had the Capital League, so it was. I mean, like I said, I learned a lot from Mr. Pritchett and all the coaches that you know, brought us up.